because
they're just getting citizenship because they're here for a long time. If you're living here for 15 years, building a road of which you get citizenship, and now there's a land back in Africa. Where will Africans live? I am sorry for my continent.
Welcome to MyZone online school. My name is Mr. Litwai Dumi and welcome Pomwene. Before we start with our lesson for today, let us remember to sanitize. Make sure you spray your hands. We should also remember to keep our social distance by stretching out. We have to do the multiples, whereby you are required to know the definition of multiple there. What is a multiple? I'm reading. A multiple is a result of there's a number line there from 0 to 2. So you start with 0 and you can see the arrow is skipping numbers and it's landing. Explain the multiple of 3. So it's 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and it goes on. If you look at the column below, 20 and 25, we also have multiples of 6. The last one is multiples of 7. Look down, there is finding multiples, multiple of 3 and 5. A, find the first 12 multiples of these numbers. B, secure all. C, find the lowest common multiple, which is a full word, but we abbreviate the smallest number that is in both sets of numbers. There is A, which is answering the first A, which is for 3 and 5. For 3 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. For 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30, 55, and 60. Those are just the first 12. B, answering the B question. So B question, you have to find the common multiples. You can find it in both sets, the sets of 3 and the sets of 5. So the common multiples there of 3 and 5 within the first multiples of these two numbers is 15 and 30. And C, you are comparing between 15 and 30, which is. With that, allow me to go to the chalkboard and explain this so that you can. Okay. Said it's 3 terms, which is in abbreviation of LCM, whereby find which one is common and pick up which one is the lowest. Other numbers, I will not use 3 and 5 because they are used. Let us use 2 and 3. The lowest common multiple of 2 and 3. So first multiple of these numbers, which are 12. So I have 2, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Let me end there. And then I also have to look for multiple of 3, which is 3, 6, 24, 27. The numbers, the list of numbers, because they are not connected to each other. So now is M, meaning the multiple. These are multiples. What is common in this? I have 4, I don't have 4, I have 6, I don't have 8, I have 10, I don't have 10, I have 12, I have 14, I have 16, I don't have 16, I have 18, I see there's also 8. So the common means it is in both sets. Now I'm going to the lowest. The lowest is a pickup. Which number is the smallest there? So lowest is just small, so 6 is the lowest common multiple of 3 is 6. In short, you can get it that way, but it is very important that you make sure you go through the steps. The moment you correct answer, look at this now. Look at these 3 terms here. Lowest common multiple, but you can work from here going up. Yes, it is a example. Maybe if you miss something here, we can talk about and 10. These are the lowest common. You need to make sure that we start with a multiple. So let us start with multiple. 5. We have 5. We have 10. We have 15. We have 20. We have 25. We have 35. We have 40, and it goes. Let me just end there. And then multiple of 10. 30, 40, 50, 60. It goes. But the recommendation is to do the first 12. You can do, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Go until 12. So we go to the second one, which is common. We must pick what is common here. So what is common? I have 10. So what is common? I have 10. I have 20. I have 20. I have 30. And the list goes. You have 50. C is ascending order. If we remember how we arrange numbers, you can already see that the smallest is the first one. So the and 10 is 10. So in short, that is how you have to do it. I believe this is much easier. Even grade 4 and 5 can do this. It's very easy. So with those examples, I believe you understand and you can do much better. So we have to do the activity on the book or in our booklet now. So the activity is on page 11. So let us start. I will just explain that the answer to this is what and what, but it's just to give you a hint on how you can do this. Page 11 on our booklet, the first one is for you to consider the multiple of 2 and 3. What are they asking? The lowest 2 and 3, but you need to go through A, find the next 12 multiples of these numbers. So, table, you can see the columns are there empty. Fill in the multiples of 2 and 3. And then you go to B to discover multiples are common, are found in both sets. And C, find the lowest common, which is 2 and 3. So you can do that at C. If you are smart, you might pick up something here for you. At number 2, consider here is the lowest common multiple of 6 and 8. So you have to do the same at A, C, but remember you are answering in the table below. Number 3, consider the multiple 8. Here the only difference is we are using 3 numbers, not 2 as we have been doing it. Difficult, there is nothing to panic about. All you have is just to do A, find the next 12 multiples of these 3 numbers. B, discover all the common multiples of that you can find in both, in all these 3 numbers, and then find the lowest common. You can do this activity and you are going to get it right. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. Watch it over and we have come to the end of this presentation, but before we leave, let us remember to put on our stay safe and thank you.
What is social distancing? Hi everyone, I am Zoshi, and I'm back. You need to stay home all the time and keep away from crowded places. Everybody stay safe. Yay! Till next time.
India's Ranthambore Reserve in Rajasthan is home to the Every year, John Isaac, an Indian-born photographer, travels.
The conflict between the villagers and the tigers has always been there, and then government tries to compensate. If a tiger kills a goat or a cow, they pay a certain amount to the villagers.
In the past, tigers used migration corridors or routes followed by wildlife for travel between summer and winter habitats. Now these people who use them as living quarters and to reap firewood.
We are trying to work with the community to reduce their forest dependency so that we can conserve this corridor patch for the smooth and easy movement of.
Jamuna Devi, a farmer, lives near one of the migratory corridors. Jamuna no longer needs to rely on the forest for her family's survival. The secret.
ये तो अभी यही साल बोया ये आया होया कांदा है हम सरकारी को तो बोया ही है और रोज गाँव में अंतर तो आगा भूलने लगा.
The success of this project has led to even more change of the habitat of the tigers. She has also switched to cooking gas so that she doesn't have to collect forest wood for
जंगल में सब दुनिया ने जब छोड़ दिया तो सब बे होगी, कोई काम नहीं करा, लकड़ी को भी नहीं करा जंगल में, वे सभी सिलेंडर पकड़ते और रुपया को कोई समझते ही नहीं है, अब भीतर भरा लावा.
on the habitat of tigers.
The last 2 or 3 years, they say there's been a drought.
Change is a serious problem in this country, even it's in the continent. So keeping these forest areas alive and protected is the only solution. This year we have raised a nursery of 10,000 saplings. Forest department have shown their interest. They bought around 2,000, 3,000 saplings.
The idea is to conditions and human activity. Poaching used to be a major threat to Bengal tigers, but thankfully the number of big cats killed by poachers has plummeted due to measures implemented by law enforcement agencies, resulting in less demand for tiger products. Especially the introduction of camera traps and digital apps, which automatically take photos of moving tigers and suspicious persons moving around in the forest.
Every time in some ways, some things are working, and so this is what drives me to come and do this. In my lifetime, if the tigers are extinct, I don't know how.
This report was produced by Mary Ferreira for the United Nations.
I'm feeling so bad because of I have been arrested. We are trying to sell to provide our kids with food, but the police they come to arrest us.
I was literally apprehended in Independence Avenue. I mean, there was no prior communications with the police or with Bonn or Bengal, Namibia. These guys literally just apprehended us on surprise.
In this country, I should ask you in which country you live.
Yes, I can confirm that indeed there were 2 cell phones that were found after a search was conducted at the cells that the fish rot accused are staying.
Do you understand the amount of money that the government has spent on the fight?
The mighty Zambezi River, the longest, flows through 6 countries, home to a plethora of wild species of fauna and flora, a lifeline for many people whose livelihoods are dependent on the abundance the river brings. Globally, communities need rivers to survive. Communities living along the Zambezi call it the river of life, bringing water for their crops and fish as their main protein source. In Namibia, a country situated in sub-Saharan Africa, the Zambezi River sits at the heart of conservation area, which is one of the greatest conservation areas on Earth, a stronghold for very many of our most iconic wildlife.
I'm right now where the river forms the border between Namibia and Zambia. This enormous water body provides sustenance to a wide array of life, bird and fish species. It's also a lifeline for human beings.
The same communities are the people also who are doing the illegal.
The fishing has gone up because fish has become scarce.
The more they finish us, the more our life gets harder and harder.
This a small group of community members, together with Namibian Nature Foundation, are fighting back.
We have to start thinking out of the box, to be honest, because what's going to happen is going to be out of this box.
By creating protected areas, monitoring and patrolling, fish stocks have a chance. Are the last defenders.
Struggling with our young children, they'll never know the fish.
My name is Adora and welcome to a brand new edition of the cool new show called The Eindhoven. On this show we get to know who our artists really are.
We came from a background whereby we were raised by our grannies, so it's not easy to Okuriangala.
Wala Namibia, this is your boy Tulusan. Don't forget to
Basically what I don't believe in, I don't stand for things that degrade women.
What do you